Ed Sheeran is using a unique defense strategy to defend his hit song Thinking Out Loud in a copyright infringement trial. The Grammy winner and his guitar took the stand in an attempt to show his song is not the same as Marvin Gaye's classic, Let's Get It On. Senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky has the latest.
We love your music. Good luck.
Ed Sheeran brought his guitar to the witness stand, briefly playing the chord progression he's accused of copying for his Grammy-winning song Thinking Out Loud. He also sang a few of the song's original lyrics. The micro concert for the court was part of a lawsuit by the family of Ed Townsend, co-writer of Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Now listen to Thinking Out Loud.
Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70.
It's not whether the songs are merely similar. Townsend's heirs accuse Sheeran of copying the sheet music. But his attorneys played this video to show how common four-chord progressions are in pop music.
Can't read my, no, we can't read my poker face.
Come on, Bobby, let's go party.
Lost and insecure.
Aaron Katersky joins me now, along with Terry Austin, host at the legal analyst at the Law and Crime Network, for more. Aaron, how unusual is this for Ed Sheeran to actually take the stand with the guitar and sing his song for the courtroom to say, you know, it's not the same?
A little micro concert, but the venue was a little smaller than he's used to.
Just a little.
I think he's got giant stadium in June. This was a witness box in a courtroom. I mean, it was unusual, although Ed Sheeran's been in court over these kinds of issues before, and copyright claims over music are not unusual, and everybody from George Harrison to Marvin Gaye has been involved. But here he was trying to make a couple of points. One was that the chord progression that he used for Thinking Out Loud is a pretty common four-chord progression. And the other thing I think he was trying to say under questioning from his own attorney was that copying Marvin Gaye was the furthest thing from his mind. He was thinking about his grandfather, who had just died, and his grandmother, who was stricken with cancer, and he heard his co-songwriter, Amy Wadge, kind of strumming chords and thinking, let's do something with that. All of a sudden, he comes out of the shower, they go to dinner, they write this song, and Marvin Gaye, he seemed to suggest, was the furthest thing from his mind.
Terry, how important is that to this case, to hear Sheeran detailing how he wrote this song and that he wasn't even thinking about, let alone listening to Marvin Gaye's song at the time?
Well, it's critical because for a copyright infringement case, you have to have a valid copyright. You have to show that it was copied without authorization, and you basically have to show it was similar. And so here, describing what the process was, he's saying, look, I didn't intentionally copy anything without authorization because, as Aaron mentioned, I did it because I thought of my grandparents. I did it because I heard Amy, his co-writer, playing some chords, and that's how we came up with it together. We went back and forth on the process. It had nothing to do with Marvin Gaye.
Now, we saw a little clip of that video that they played in court. The real thing is much longer, and it's sort of these comedians just playing off of how many songs have the same four chord progressions, and they just sing a whole mashup while the piano player plays the same thing over and over again. So given that we know that that occurs in music, what do the plaintiffs here have to prove to show that what happened here is different from what happens in music all the time?
They're going to have to show that it's similar and that it's substantially similar, and they're going to have to prove to that jury that it was written and copied. And I think that's going to be a little bit difficult, especially, Diane, you mentioned that video where they're showing all of these other musicians using it. And frankly, there was a claim way back when that Marvin Gaye did the same thing, but nowhere did it go. So frankly, those four chords are used. There are only 12 notes in music, and I think musicians are using these chords and playing them differently. So I think they're going to have a difficult case.
And they have to show that the sheet music effectively was copied, not just that the songs kind of sound alike, but that Ed Sheeran really took the sheet music that Marvin Gaye's song was based off of. And he says, look, these are just basic musical building blocks. But we've heard the plaintiffs, Ed Townsend's family, the co-writer with Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, say that this is about giving credit where credit is due, because this is, to them, I think, more than, Ed Sheeran taking or borrowing one song. It goes back to white performers misappropriating black music. And this has deep roots, and I think the family has, deeper concerns than just 4 chords.
I agree. They said it took the heart out of the music.
Terry, we're out of time, but do they need to show intent to copy?
Well, in a way, yes. I mean, you can accidentally copyright something that is protected, but I think here showing that he did not use that process is what's going to help Sheeran's case.
All right. Aaron Katersky, Terry Austin, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.